right, well, we'll kick things off. Welcome to the December demo day, everyone. Thank you for coming. We're going to get things started with Alex, who will show some demos of some new sorting and filtering functionality on our lookup tables. So, Alex, I'll hand it over to you.
All right. So yeah, I'll be showing two things that are actually somewhat related, so that we have we're starting to kind of grow our repertoire of lookup-driven data reports here in Rover Web. So the first one is something that was already here. If you click on that little inventory counter, you'll get this inventory status dialog, which has different lookups that you can have available here. This is all custom. And so now we have the option to sort all of these columns, and you can do some filtering and searching and stuff as well. So that's about all we've got. So that's about all we've got here. And then this is already released, and then coming soon on the accounting page, we'll have a new order section. And so this is currently driven by orders currently on credit hold. And so we can drill down into here. And so this report is also actually driven by a lookup, and this is defined here in MRK control. So we've got on the SO file the on hold lookup. And so we can go hop over to that right now. And so what this means is we can actually customize the columns that are shown here on the fly, or any other defaults or the selection query that are running. This is also driven entirely host side for sorting and filtering, unlike the example that was previously shown. So you'll get a little loading screen when you sort or filter, but now the sort is being applied to everything, not just what may have been displayed on the screen here. It gives a little more control to the back end as well, so we can ask for all orders on hold that are in this lookup that are here. So we're actually applying additional sorts and filters to what's already defined here in the lookup. And then just for example here, let's add the hold date here to the column to the report. And refresh the page. And now I've got a hold date here. Try and sort it so there's something here at the top. But yeah, so now we can see the date that the order was actually put on hold as well. And then otherwise, we still have fairly consistent functionality with what you see elsewhere in orders table. So you can download a PDF as well if you'd like, or send an email if you'd like. And so that's about it for that. This is still kind of in progress. We're still working things through a little bit. And coming soon, we'll also be able to click on one of these to drill down into some additional information on the customer. But we just don't have that on a preview yet to show.
All right. Thank you, Alex. I will take over and show a couple quick new features. So one change that we've implemented is the ability to have custom subtotals. So when you're in the point of sale section of the site, this is what a default totaling section looks like. So we're showing a total parts, subtotal, sales tax, total. Per integration now, we can have custom subtotal options. So if I flip over to another integration, this one is set to show freight. It doesn't show the part count. So now this is a dynamic section based on the host side telling us what fields to include here. And then one other quick change. So I'm going to hop into production scheduling. Assad's going to show us some additional functionality here, but production scheduling and other sections of the site in the future can now allow for read-only access. So this is production scheduling, and you'll notice there's no save button up here in the chart. We may clean this up a little further in the future. If I were to drag an item onto the chart, the normal behavior would be that you would see a save button here, but I'm logged in as a user that has read-only access here, so there is no ability to save. As I said, we may clean this up and try to just even disable the ability to drag items, just because it's a little confusing that you can't save it after you drag it. But this allows users to have read-only access to this. So if you wanted to, allow your floor workers to see the schedule, but not to influence or change anything. Additionally, when you go into an item, you have the ability to update the notes normally, but the save button has been removed here. So in read-only, you can only view, you can never save any changes. So that's exciting, and I think there'll be a lot of use cases for that in the future. All right, now I will hand it over to Assad, who will show a few other production scheduling updates, and I believe a sticky header in the customer inquiry section.
Yep. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yep.
Cool. All right, I'm just gonna log in right here. So the first thing that I will be demoing is the production scheduling in the Gantt chart. You now have the ability to modify the colors in the Gantt chart. So this legend was actually just added recently as well, just to give you more, just knowledge on what status belongs to what color. So right now I'm going to go ahead and schedule the started work order right here. And then this one is going to be a released one, so we can go ahead, add these in, and then we will save it. And the colors should populate, right? So we have it based off the legend right here. But let's say I don't want to, or let's say I want to modify the colors. I can go over here to WO control. Let me bring this up right here. Go into the scheduling tab, and you have this table right here that has all the values you're seeing that are populating right here in the legend. So we can go ahead and change the colors for the released, and for, I believe the other one was a new order. So I already have some colors that I picked out. I have this color, which I'm not sure if it's like a purple or pink, but we'll go ahead and use that. Go back right here. For the released, we'll want to make sure we have the hashtag in the front. I'll go ahead and save this. And then in order to see the change, you're going to have to log out and then log back in. And we'll make our way back over to the table, and we see that the status color has changed. And if there are no other questions with that, I will move over to the next feature.
Yeah, I think we're viewing those color setups as generally a one-time setup, but if a given customer has internal color schemes that they use and they want release to be reflected by a certain color, they have the flexibility to do that. So they're not beholden to what colors we chose as defaults. Yeah, thanks, Assad.
Yep, I will move over to something we have not just yet released. It's currently sitting on a preview. We have the ability to control the delay on our searches now. So this is going to be in the settings. You're going to navigate down to the preferences section. Currently, it's disabled. So I could just show you real quick. If you were to enter in, anything into here, into the search input, currently it's not going to do anything because it's disabled. But as soon as I hit enter, it's going to execute the search. And then you can select whatever you want from there. But we can go back and we can do a, let's say a 1 second delay, something kind of quick. Go back over to the customers, do the same search, and it executed it. Currently, this is available in a majority of the searches, but just a side note that it's not available in every single search we have throughout the web. So just keep that in mind when you're using this in the future. And if there isn't any other questions on that, I'll make my way over here. A little UI enhancement we've added is this sticky header that sticks, to the top of the page as you scroll down. This is going to be for pages that have a lot of content. And it just allows for ease of navigation as you're using the application and you're in here. So it does work in any of these tabs. in this module that has, a lot of content, as I said. And if there's no other questions, then that's everything on my part.
Sorry, thanks, Assad. Next, we'll hand it over to Christian, who will be demoing some new autosave functionality of draft orders and point of sale, and give us a quick preview of upcoming inventory inquiry.
Okay, thank you, Greg. I'm just going to share my screen. And so one new feature that's been recently released is the ability to autosave drafts. And you'll find that toggle in our settings page. It's right here, sort of on the right-hand side. Autosave orders as draft. And so just a quick demonstration of that is, so if you were to start creating an order, it will, in the background, automatically save it. It's only going to make an update if you add or update a part. So as you can see, I'm going to add 3 parts, and then the total is 286. And it's a little difficult to navigate back, but I'm just going to move to a different tab and then refresh this. And then here, you're able to see the order that was saved in the background, 3 items, and then there's 286 of the total. And basically, this is a feature that'll allow saving, especially in the case of like a device shutting down or accidentally closing the browser. You're still able to save your progress. It's a relatively small feature, but will have a lot of benefit, especially if you're in an area where your like battery on your device is going to die and you lose connection. But that's it for the autosave draft. Next item I want to show is a preview for the inventory module. Just give me 1 second. It's not in release yet. Okay. And so in our inventory module now, instead of just having parts or purchase orders, now we'll have the ability to look up parts. And then the first screen you'll see here is all the parts listed. Let me make this a little bigger. All the parts listed with the description, and then some columns, location, on hand, committed, allocated, and the others. And so what you're able to do is search up part by either the ID or the description. And then you'll navigate the first tab. You'll see this is going to be the sort of parts.e tab, where you're able to make edits and updates and view all the parts information. As you can see some of the information as well as the image. It's defined. And then all the other tabs, these are all like the INV file. So you'll be able to see all the inventory. What you're able to do is, if you see this icon, this inventory location has bin information. So you're able to click on this row and then see the bins and the quantity. You can look up another one for box, and this is a reference bin. So this just has the bin ID on it. And then we have a lot of other tabs. We have the commits, so you're able to drill down here. Shorts, on order. This part doesn't have a ton of things. And then one little tidbit is we have the ability to add in lookups. So this is defined in inv.control. This isn't wired yet, it's still a work in progress, but soon you'll be able to define lookup tables and then add them out on to the end for these tabs. I believe that wraps up the sort of sneak peek for the parts selection.